Oh, well, what about that? This looks like it's going to be tough. I won't keep you too long, though. Here's hoping they can rescue, find that McGillicuddy boy. And I wonder if those boys from the Mercury Corps will find what they came into town for. Eh, yeah, I wonder. Hmm.
Cool. Well, guys, we made it to game 6. Super excited. I'll let you know. I'm excited. I'm hoping that soon, very soon, I'll get to kill you. I'm really, really looking forward to that day that I crit to 150. I know it'll happen just soon, especially since I don't think we've crit more than like once or twice on anybody in our entire game. But other than that, hey, I'm Jim the GM, and I've got with me 4 of my regular 5 guys. I've got Caleb, Matt, Mike, and my brother Hammer Clyde. Eric's feeling a little ill, so he's not going to be with us today, at the time that you're watching, because I'm having good thoughts about this. And guys, go ahead and introduce your characters. Remind us a little bit of what they look like and what's going through their head after our previous game. Go ahead. We'll start with Caleb.
Yeah, my name is Caleb. I am playing Monroe, the twin pistolier wild man from the West or something. He is also the reigning, defending, undefeated, all-time champ Dallas skee ball master. If you don't believe him, just check the scoreboard. He had a big night. Followed up by a rough day. They went and found, what was it, the green weed, I think is what it was, green weeds. Not on purpose, but that's where they happened to be while he was out looking for Mikey. He and Doc ran in there trying to get a little bit of information, but then they were interrupted by a couple of guys from Mercury Corps. Made Monroe a little uncomfortable. Doc seemed to handle most of the conversating, so that was very good. But yeah, other than that, Monroe, his dress, he's got the leather pants, boots, short sleeve button-up shirt. He rocks some fingerless gloves. And he's got some tattoos on his knuckles that say "Quick Shot." Besides that, he's got a circular brimmed hat and pistols all about his waist in a handful of holsters.
Cool. Keep going on across. Matt.
All right. I am playing Russet Red. He is Western-speaking American native who basically grew up fist fighting his way through a rail factory because the people there like to pit the natives against each other and bet on them. Since then, he's escaped and has met with these fellow patriots and trying to help people. He's trying to fit in. He's trying to help people. Most recently, there was a bit of a misunderstanding last session because this woman was yelling help at the top of her lungs, pointing at this robot, this figure that was running away, and his friends went after the figure, and Russet stayed to try and calm this woman down. And it turned out that his friends thought that, this figure had done something wrong, shot at him, killed it, and it happened to be a robot that was a servant robot for this woman. And Russet tried to bring her around after she was just livid at what happened, and he agreed to try and fix the robot. And he's basically spent all day and all night just tinkering away. And finally, after so much effort and so much time, he managed to put this robot back together and feels a little bit more confident in his mechanic skill after this. Even though it took him quite some time, he did manage finally to succeed.
All right, Mike.
All right, Mike playing Dr. Joseph Hirsch. He's a medium build, a little thin. He is the doctor of the group. He's kind of smart about the human body, and he's got some growing confidence with his rifle. He was really glad to show off his skills in front of the crowd when they arrived in this new city. I think he's kind of making a name for himself, and that's something he's interested in. Also, he's excited to learn more and do more for the Mercury Corp because, I mean, on some level, he fangirled out a little bit when he saw who they were, but also he knows that they have access to things that he wants, things that can help him do better, make more money, and he loves that. So it's all about it, and he's ready to keep working with these his crew, the people that he believes he is a little bit in charge of, even though that is clearly not the case. He's glad that he has some servants or whatever you'd like to call them to help. So
Wonderful. And Clyde.
Howdy, everybody. I'm Clyde. I will be playing Zeb. The robot thing threw him off, especially with her trying to force money out of us. Been having a good. He's been pretty happy with it, with the situation. He's made a lot more money from the gambling tables. He's kind of off-putting with the orc that wants to learn the card game, but he's endeavored to teach him. Zeb is clean shaven. I guess it's about as spiffy a dresser as you can get with what I started with. But hey, anyway, that's me.
All right. So then, excuse me. Sorry, I had to sneeze, guys. So, based off the situation that you're in, first of all, I want to go to Russet. Russet, how was your night working in the flesh and bone?
I mean, there was a roof over my head, but Russet hasn't done an all-nighter for quite a while. He's still young and has still got plenty of energy, but pulling an all-nighter, especially when there's so much at stake, was fairly stressful, especially when he couldn't get the job done during the day, and he had to bargain with the shopkeeper to even stay there. So he's been very nervous. And I guess his big bare hands kind of got in the way a couple of times. This robot is a little bit smaller than Russet, and so trying to put it all back together and fix it with his big bare hands has been a little bit of a challenge, but he's managed. So he feels good, but the night was definitely an exerted effort.
All right. So the next morning, our lady from New France has, if you'll remember the last game when you were sitting around having your breakfast, when the lady from New France found you and met you and brought all the parts, she said, I'll meet you in the morning.
Yep.
So, you know what? Let's go with Clyde. Clyde, will you describe where we all meet up for us?
At what is it? Something like the Delmonico's from Gunsmoke. Very old, like restaurant place is where I'm at, and after a while, everybody else gathers. This seems to be the best place for food at a cheap, a good price.
Good deal. And let's just use that name. We're at the Delmonico's.
Good place to get your morning whiskey.
That's exactly right. Every meal is a little bit more expensive than you'd expect because it comes with that nice fresh shot to get your blood pumping in the morning. So you've got whatever sounds good to have in front of you, and you each have a small shot of your whiskey sat in front of you, almost like a fancy dinner or a fancy restaurant would have the wine glass sitting out. This one's got shot glasses turned upside down in front of each place, and when they come by, they turn it over and pour your shot for you. And as you're sitting there, eating, having your conversations, Russet, will you make, let's see, what skill? Resilience. Will you make a resilience check for me? I was thinking just the other day, I don't think I've ever rolled or had somebody roll or seen somebody roll a resilience check. Let's go with, you know what, since you said it's been a long time since you've pulled an all-nighter, let's go with 3 purples.
Nice. Okay. I'm just letting this web page load. Here we go. 3 purples. Oh, this is going to be tough. My resilience is 1 and 1. Let's go ahead and roll that up.
All right.
Okay.
So you are not able to stay awake. Will you go ahead and narrate that for us?
Yeah. So Russet is sitting at a table, and he's ordered his favorite drink, which they actually have here. It was the blackberry schnapps, and he's sitting there, and they've specially warmed it for him because his especially favorite thing was to have it warmed, and so they've heated it up just to the perfect temperature. He's put it down on the thing. He's stretched out his big bare arms. He's yawned. He's picked up the snaps, and as he's tipping it down his gullet, and it's warming his entire throat, he just straight down onto his shoulder, and the glass falls out of his hand onto the floor.
Beautiful, beautiful. And right as you all are looking at this going, well, dang, he's out cold, lean back over his chair. From the other side of the table, you hear, well, how about that? And you turn, and it is your New France lady. Y'all have a long night, boys?
Oh, it was no trouble. We got your robot working perfectly. Well, I did most of the work. But...
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate all your efforts.
Of course. It's the least I could do after I so skillfully destroyed it.
make a deception roll for me. 2 purples, and I'll give you a blue because no one seems to be saying anything else, and the only person who can truly promise the other way is out cold.
I failed miserably.
Yeah. She looks at you, sees your hands, looks real confused at you, puts the pieces together and goes, I guess you're planning on taking all the credit, letting him take all the credit for this too? As he looks around, she looks around the table.
I'll stand up. I said, would you care to join us? I can find you a chair.
No. Just point out where I can pick up my Butler Bot 300.
So you'll have to wait for Russet to wake up. I have no idea.
Was it the Skin and Bones? I think that's where I was.
Flesh and Bone.
Yes, the Skin and Bones. It's just down the road.
That sounds like a high dollar whorehouse that I know at one time.
Wait. Okay, yeah, I think you're right. It was something else. It was something like Skin and Bones.
Well,
I'm gonna nudge Russet and try and jar him out of sleep. Now that the woman's here.
Russet will wake up.
I'll hold. He will pick up and hold a piece of bacon under his nose. See if this works.
He does that reflex thing, Doesn't wink.
He just eats the bacon, still asleep.
Yeah, totally.
You can wake right up, Russet. You're good.
All right. Yeah. Russet opens his eyes, looks up. Bacon? I could go some bacon.
Well, it seems like you've awoken. You were asleep all day.
Well, when you've been working all night, you tell me that you can you can stay awake. You don't know the half of what happened, but yeah. So have you met her? Did she meet us? He's clearly unaware of his surroundings.
Russet. She's right. She's here.
Mr. Russet, how you doing, sir?
Oh, well, hello, ma'am. Yeah, the head's a little sore, but these hands have been working for you all night, and well, I hope you're satisfied with what I managed for you. If you just want to see it, Russet tries to stand up and he can't quite manage it. And he says, well, just let me have a bit more of that bacon and I'll be ready to show you to your robot, and hopefully it's all done up just to your specifications.
She's happy to let you eat that bacon, but she remains standing. Very obvious that she is not planning on going anywhere just yet.
Okay. So Russell will show her back to the shop. And is it open yet?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jeebamna is absolutely awake. Got the place open, got the place going. Granted, it's not super busy. It's still pretty early.
Right on. So I'll just wander in and give him the old head nod and point to the door to the back room and just sort of gesture. Can I go through?
Jeebamna looks at you. Are you ready to pick up the robot?
Yes, this lovely lady is the owner.
Oh,
Miss, this is my new friend, Jeebamna.
well, nice to meet you. She goes, nice to meet you too, sir. Looks at the two of you. You know each other?
We only met just recently, Miss. We're from similar tribes, but
All right. Well, you gonna get me my robot?
yes, ma'am.
I'll just wait right here for you then.
Bring it back out. As you know, it was fairly difficult for us to fix the robot, and I don't know how precisely he's put it together, but he did manage to succeed. So I don't know whether you want me to narrate that or whether you want to narrate that.
You bring him up, turn him on. Bum, 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 bum. Eyes flash, run through a spectrum of colors, and then it settles on a color, and as you settle on a color, you watch the body of the robot go through a speaker. Butterbot 300, prepared to serve. How may I be of your service, my master? And she claps her hands. Oh, goody, goody. Oh, it works. Thank you so much. Not that, well, we wouldn't have been here if it weren't for your friends, but I appreciate your work, sir. Thanks for doing the right thing and taking care of this business for me. Yes, sir. This robot body of mine feels much more better. Thank you, my sir.
Russet takes a keening eye to the robot, making sure that the movements are what he's expecting. Perhaps they're not quite, and he says, "Is this how you left him, ma'am?"
That's better than I left him. Oh, in fact, looking at this, the face plate features looks really, really reminds you the way that it works of Rosie the robot maid from the Jetsons.
Nice.
And well, the bot 300. Are you ready so we can go find the green weeds? Yes, ma'am. But the bot 300 is ready to go whenever you see fit. I will lead your way, and I will protect you through all the good that is there. She looks confused. He always says things like that. Well, thank you.
Monroe kind of coughs and says, "Ma'am, we found the and he kind of looks over at Doc and he says, I found the green weeds last night. So I can tell you whereabouts it is if you like."
That would be such a blessing, sir. I've been struggling for the past day and a half while y'all been doing this robot business for me to find it, and I just can't seem to put my finger on its location.
Have you talked to anybody and asked?
I've talked to a bunch of people, and they've given me directions that all seem to go to the same place. I just cannot seem to find it.
Huh. So, I guess me giving you directions might not actually help you out then. We probably going to have to take you there, drop you off.
Well, I appreciate that a whole lot, sir.
Yeah, oh, okay. Well, I guess since we're all ready to go, we could probably just head on over that way if you like. Now, last night, we walked in and we talked to the man behind the bar. I want to let you know now what this guy says and kind of the sense that we got off of him. He seems like maybe he might be concealing something. So whatever you do, don't take him at face value. Make sure that you're looking after yourself and after your paw.
That's the number one goal, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Well, then I believe it is this way. And I'll lead them back to the green weeds.
What are the rest of you doing then while they do that?
Russet. I'm just checking my notes here to see whether he got where this man is likely to be. I think you said last time, if I remember right, that he doesn't know perhaps where he is because this man sort of travels from place to place. Was that right? I haven't written that down, that's all.
Oko?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So I guess what Russet would do as Munro takes the woman down to the store is head in. Well, this is the trade district, so he would go around asking sort of idle salesmen and women whether they've heard of Okothene and whether they know where he is.
Yeah, Doc's gonna shadow with Russet. Sounds kind of boring to go back to the green weeds.
Okay.
Jim, can you remind me what the Mercury Corps were looking for, or who Mercury Corps were looking for? Did they drop a name?
Yes.
So they called him.
Was it Ali Hakim?
No. Ali Hakim was the guy that runs the green weeds.
Right.
They were
Okay,
looking for
David
McGillicuddy, who they called Pedo.
Megalito. Pero. The dog. All right, cool.
So then, what are you doing, Zed?
Oh, well, since I've gotten all my ill-gotten gains, I'm going to peruse around the markets looking to get some better stuff.
Okay. Cool. I'll start with Monroe then. Monroe, you make it to the green weed and Ali Hakim.
So yeah, he would push the door open, and maybe the butler bot even like kind of shoves him out of the way a little bit, elbows him out, and holds the door instead. And so then he follows the lady from New France. I would think that on the way there, he would have been like, all due respect, ma'am, I'm sorry, but what was your name again?
Oh my, did I forget to introduce myself? I apologize. My name is Sybil LaFleur.
Sybil, wonderful. It's is it all right if I call you Sybil, or do you prefer Mrs. LaFleur?
Oh, Sybil's fine, sir.
Sybil, wonderful. All right, Sybil, don't forget what I said. And the door, the bell or whatever, ting, and we walk inside.
Looks
Is
up
the
and go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Is the same guy running the desk again
Oh yeah.
from last? Okay.
Welcome to Greenweed. What can I do for you?
And he kind of looks at Sybil out of the corner of his eye and kind of elbows her so that she looks at him, and gives her a look like, this is what I'm talking about, and then looks back and says, yes, Mr. Hackham, this here is Mrs. LaFleur. This is the young lady that I was talking about last night that was looking for a little assistance. She should have the list. I might hang out just a minute here to make sure that everything is all good. But then I'll probably be on my way as soon as Miss LaFleur gives me my leave. But here she is, as said.
And you watch as she reaches into a pocket in her trousers, puts a list on her desk and says, Mr. Hackett? And you hear her give the entire story again, the same way that you heard it, how a traveling peddler man told her that she could find everything that she needs to help her father's issues here in Fort Dallas from a man named Allie Hackham in his store, The Green Weed. And it's a lot of her and her thick drawl, and Allie Hackham talking with his hands like this the whole time, and sometimes he's like, oh, okay, whatever. And he goes around to the back and pulls out a couple of extra herbs, not just what he's got behind the counter, not even just some that's out there over the counter. It's easy for them to find. This is stuff in the back, and when he comes back out, ma'am, are you sure that your father has this problem? Because if your father does not have this problem, I hate to say it, but this combination of drugs and herbs could kill him. She goes, oh, yes, sir. That's what's going on. That's all it can be. Doctors told me that's what it is, and they'd never lie.
And I think this whole time, Monroe's actually sitting there kind of looking out a window that looks out back into the street. Miss LaFleur, which doctors did you talk to about this exactly?
Oh, well, we started off, I went to, there's a local man named Timothy Jenkins. Well, Dr. Jenkins is real good. He's been working with my family since I was a little girl. But Dr. Jenkins didn't say he knew much about it. So he sent us on. And, I had to go to New Orleans for it. And in New Orleans, I had to see some doctors. And in fact, I had to, cost us a big chunk of money, but we had to get someone from Mercury Corps to come out and see my pa.
It says, and they're the ones who said this. Now, they weren't the peddlers, right, that told you to come here, were they?
No, they weren't the peddlers. No, sorry. And behind the counter, Allie Hackham goes, there happens to be some representatives of the Mercury Corps here in town right now. Maybe you could find them. I don't know where they're staying, but you could go and find them and talk to them.
Monroe kind of gives a look, and he says, "Now, yesterday they was in this very shop, right? Now, if I recall, they weren't doctors."
No, they weren't. You are correct, sir.
So, what sort of help do you think Mercury Corps might be able to give Miss LaFleur in this situation if they're not doctors?
Well, they are not doctors in the sense of being specialists, no, sir. But they do have everybody who works for the Mercury Corps has some sort of medical background.
Ah, of course. Well,
They're field agent.
yeah, of course, field agents. Yeah. Speaking of, that friend of theirs that they was looking for, he didn't happen to come in here or anything last night, did he? Because
I know he didn't. Sorry.
No, it's no big deal. You happen to have one of their cards? Those Mercury boys. I know my associate that was here last night. He got one of them, but I didn't. And I know that since you guys are thick as thieves, as they say, you might have one as well.
Okay. Roll a charm. And it's going to be a charm versus 2 purples and a black. The black is because he has 1 and doesn't want to give it up. And he decides that for you, he goes, well, maybe they'll come in again some other time. You can have my own personal card. And he reaches into his vest pocket and pulls it out and he goes, here you go, sir. As he's holding it out above the list. And he looks down at the list and goes, oops, I forgot something. I'll be right back. And he puts the card down on the desk and pulls the curtain behind and goes further back into the shop.
Yeah, Monroe would kind of grab the card and slide it inside a pocket on his breast. And he would say, well, Miss LaFleur, is there anything else you need from me? I figure, helper bot over there probably be able to help you the rest of the way here, unless you just think there's some reason you'd like to continue this little conversation.
Well, no, sir. I think it's all going pretty good. Well, and I appreciate all your help. And as she's talking, you see come out of the curtain a hand holding a small, fat glass jar. And he goes, fathom root. I almost forgot. It's a fathom root. This is important. This is very hard to find and probably the most expensive thing on your list. Smiles. At which point, I'm going to stop you there. Russet and Duck.
So Russet turns to Doc as he's like hasn't gotten much information just yet. They've been to maybe half a dozen shopkeepers so far, a few less. No one sort of said anything just at the moment, and he says, Doc, we sure have a lot to follow up here. We got lists of things. We got to find this man. We got to find the McGillicuddy boy. We've got to find the foreman from the mine. Gosh, it just seems to be going round and round in my head. Like, got so much to do. How are we going to manage it all? And what should we do first? I'm a bit distracted, Doc.
Just follow my lead. And Duck just walks into another store. What kind of stores are we around here?
Oh, you got tons of storefronts. You got a bunch of 2- and 3-story buildings all butted up right up against each other, all sharing the same. Looks like they probably all share the same attics. They're so close together, but they all got different storefronts, and assuming that most of these people who own these stores live above them.
Does anyone in particular look that they would be influenced by big scary strangers coming in? Like maybe like a smaller shopkeep, or I don't want to terrorize a child or a nice lady or anything, but if there's somebody
a smile
that
comes across your face and you shake your head after what you said, that what Monroe's doing is pretty boring. You don't want to go back over there. But as you're like, we could find a shopkeeper who's small, could probably be intimidated by somebody pretty large.
I'm going to use his size and terrifying arms to try and get some information out of somebody.
And you think that Allie Hackham, you're like, Allie Hackham is probably a great target.
True. So maybe I just burst into the green weeds while
literally
while
as
they're
he's
still
going,
there.
fathom root, the door swings open. Boom.
And, Allie, my friend here has some questions for you.
Oh, good. You're back. Whoa.
Russet cracks his knuckles.
Good.
One by one.
Yeah, question 1.
And the first thing you hear as you're hearing the first thing that you see as he's cracking his knuckles, and that you're like, all right, you hear, well, I'll be. Didn't fancy I'd see the two of you so quickly.
Oh, shit. Well, this was not part of the plan.
Plan?
Yeah, yes. We were just looking for you. Is your robot all right? I found this screw after you left. Missing parts. He's kind of jumbling around, and Doc's jumbling around in his pockets. He knows there's got to be something back from the mine in that tool bag.
Make a deception roll for me.
Oh, good.
2 purple. All right. So you fail, and
so maybe the part I find is just does not look anything like it belongs on the robot. Oh Lord, that's a piece of wood.
So how do you use that advantage?
It says I can notice a single important point in the ongoing encounter.
Is what?
It says that I can notice a single important point in the ongoing encounter. I can notice some minor important detail. According to the book.
Okay. See, a single important detail. Cool. I'll give it to you then. Important detail is fathom root. Fathom root is actually something that you find deep within the caves, out in the Midwest and the West.
All right, so I recognize the ingredient. Is it expensive?
Very.
So yeah, Doc's just gonna try and divert attention away from the part that is obviously not from the robot, back to the fathom.
Did
fathom root.
Did you tell Russet what your plan was for him to like be intimidating and stuff?
No, absolutely not. I think that Doc was just like, here, follow my lead, because you are an intimidating presence, I feel like, and the Doc's just like confident that you would have been enough to scare off anybody except for the fact that the woman who thinks you're sweet and nice is here.
Real quick, I'm gonna need Monroe to make a vigilance roll. 2 purples. Something about what she's getting seems familiar, but I'm gonna throw in a black. I'm doing my best to come up with more black, guys. I'm gonna throw. It's 2 purple, but you can tell it has something to do with like the ingredients, but you just can't figure out which one. So throw in a black. But something's itching at your brain.
Alrighty. So 2 purples and a black's what I'm up against here.
Yep.
All right.
Wash. How does confused and thoughtful Monroe look?
I think as he's, he came out with the fathom root. I think maybe it was like just on the tip of his tongue of what it was, and then these guys burst through the door, and it completely threw him off, and now he can't get back to it. And sort of as sort of a nervous reaction to it, he just kind of pulls back on the wristband part of his fingerless gloves and just makes sure that they're on tight. And he does that for just a minute, but he just can't figure out what's going on, or can't get back to that part where he was almost there.
Okay. Doc? Russet?
Russet?
So Russet looks at this man. I don't think Russet's actually met him yet. Looks at him up and down, sort of says, "Oh, sir, we're looking for a few things." And he sort of sighs. I guess the first thing would be, do you happen to know another trader man, a peddler man? He sort of wanders around here from time to time. He sells maybe dodgy goods. And his name, sir, he sort of thinks for a moment. Okothene, yeah, that's his name.
That's not his name. Yeah, no, it's Okothene. You ain't never heard of Oko?
I know that man.
Yeah, Okothene, yeah. You say who told you he sells bad goods? You got some bad information.
So Russet sort of says, well, he might have noticed that I fixed this robot for this lovely lady. Where I fixed it was at a store owned by Jeebam Nar. He's a man of my own lineage, well, sort of related in a way too complicated to express, but he got some goods from Oko, and apparently they were just terrible. Didn't fulfill anything that Jeebam needed.
Pretty sure that he might be the first person to ever have this kind of issue with that. Makes me more concerned with what your friend Jeebam was using them for, because Oko's got a hell of a reputation. He's been all over this country. And hell, I was with him most of it.
Is that right? Well, I guess I didn't ask exactly what his problems were. I needed to use his shop, and I was there all night, as you know. Wipes a bit of sleep from his eyes. Well.
Yeah, Monroe kind of pulls the bottom part of his shirt to the side, and you see this big golden belt buckle, and he kind of shows it very proudly. And he kind of unclasps it real quick and holds it up, and he shows it to the shopkeep here, whose name I forget, and says, yeah, this right here, Oko gave me this because I was his first hand for 8 years. And he kind of puts it down on the table.
I've heard of you. Looking at you, looking at your hands, his eyes go big. You're shot, right?
Immediately, he picks the belt buckle up, puts it back on. And he says, who told you that? What makes you think that's a name? It's just a tattoo.
Well, I mean, the man with your kind of job, you know, you're good at it. That's what Oko always said when he comes by.
He quickly draws out his revolver, and he's going to aim it right at this guy.
Ooh.
And he says, cut the crap. Who told you? Who told you my name was Shot? He cocks the revolver.
I don't know what I did, sir. I think this is what you've been waiting the whole game for. 6 sessions, and now you can make your coercion check.
Hey, I have a coercion. Huzzah.
2 purples. And I'll give you a blue with a gun in his face.
Bummer.
So, he's looking at you. He's still wide-eyed. What Oko told me, that you're the best shot, right? Your name is Best Shot. It's nickname, correct?
And he sits there and he aims it, and he would quickly holster it back into on his side. And he says, it's not Shot. It's Quick Shot.
Oh, they must have misspoke. And it's my bad memory, my friend. It's not Best Shot. It's Quick Shot. Yes?
And you would see Monroe kind of look around at the others, just with the color draining from his face a little bit, and he'd look up at kind of tip a hat towards Butler Bot 300 at first, and then catch himself and Miss LaFleur, have a nice day. And Hackham, it's best you not remember this. And he walks out.
And then Doc says, yeah, and he grabs the fathom root and follows.
Are you being blatant about grabbing the fathom root?
How scared was Hackham just now?
He had a gun in his face, but you can tell.
I think it's mostly like a nonchalance, like it was his to grab, more than he's like trying to be sneaky.
So you're just outright taking it?
I'm just kind of like, yeah, like slaps his hand on the bar and grabs it and just walks out.
Okay. Make a. Yeah. Make a skullduggery check versus a purple and a red.
Oh, good. Can I get a blue since he just had a gun in his face?
Well, Monroe does have that advantage.
Can I use that blue, Caleb, or are you going to use it for something else?
No, go ahead.
Oh yeah.
So Monroe, how does this help cause a distraction for him?
I think it's the moment when he cocks the pulls the fan back, and it makes that intimidating click click sound as the bullet enters the chamber. He's just immediately is like now staring down the barrel of this thing.
All right. Whoa.
I don't know why it double rolled the same results, but
No, the dice roller is being a little weird. If you just refresh the page, it fixes it all.
oh yeah.
So, with that success, you are able to take it. But with that threat, you hear on the way out the door with it. Now, where's that fathom root? Oh, my father's gonna die!
Duck just confidently walks out, proud of himself for taking advantage of the situation. So
Russet?
Russet's a bit speechless at the moment. He sort of like, okay, that's interesting. Monroe quick shot. Okay, sir. Perhaps there's someone else that you might be able to help me with. We're looking for a foreman of a mine, or a previous foreman of a mine. Back from Browns Creek, he's on the run or on traveling. And maybe he's come to your shop. Maybe you've heard about him. And his name, 1 second. Got all my notes here. Is Joe Bill Watson. He apparently was headed. Allie.
Oh. Allie looks at you confused and he goes, I'm not quick shot, but I'll let that go. Joe Bill Watson?
Apparently he left Browns Creek toward Dallas.
I'm not heard of him at all. Dallas is big town. Take somebody special like Oko Thien for me to know him.
Well, okay. That is what it is. I've got a lot of things to look for, and I thought while I was here, I may as well ask you that. And you think Oko Thien is also a good seller of goods? He's never sold anything bad, as far as you know.
Oko Thien has been very good to me. Very good to me. He's the one. In fact, he's the one who brought the fathom root to. Where's the fathom root? Did I already sell you fathom root, ma'am? And she's just back there watching all this going, where is it? My poor Paul's going to die. I need that fathom root. And he goes, yes, you do.
So Russ is like, fathom root? I don't know what that is. What does it look like? Maybe I can help you find it.
The fathom root comes from the fathom flowers that grow without the need for any sunlight deep into the caves. The root is purple, and I had in glass jar right around here. And he's gone.
Glass jar, and I'll start looking through all of the jars that he's got there, looking for purple root.
Cool. perception roll.
Sure.
2 purples.
Sure.
Actually, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
No, 2 purples.
Okay.
I wanted to say 5 because it's not there.
Yeah. So Russet looks through. Obviously, he doesn't find it. He fails at his perception check, and he's got a threat. So he's. You can see that it's tiring again. He's going through these. It's like, not this one. Not this one. Oh my gosh, my eyes are getting heavy.
Now you are distracted and sidetracked. Giving you the result can be in their being unable to activate an ability that requires spending a maneuver on their next turn, or it may just result in their being dragged into a lengthy and boring conversation. So it just represents it's going to be taking you some time for you to confirm it's not there.
And at the end of the long time, Russell will go, well, sir, I can't see it.
He stops, looks up.
Can't see what. And I'll just push way in my way. What are y'all talking about?
Sir, will you please stay where you are? You, Bearman. We have problem. I had Fathom Root right here, and you'd not find. I sell everything else that woman needs to her. But if you don't have, she no have, and her butler bar 300 no have.
What does it look like? Maybe I can help you.
It's a jar with purple root. It's a purple root. I looked all through these jars over here.
Oh, no, I hadn't seen no jars. How much would you be? How much does Phantom Root usually go for?
This root alone goes for $70.
Oh. Well, I'll let you know if I find any.
Well, I mean, it can't have just vanished. So let's retrace the steps. I don't have it. I mean, do you think? And Russell sort of dawns and he goes, "Who else was here?"
Well, the man who wishes me to forget them was here. The man you came in with, yourself, woman, butler bought 300, myself.
Oh, okay, sir. I'll crack my knuckles and turn around, throw open the door to the shop, and go, "Doc, where the hell are you?" The top of my lungs down the street.
Maybe you put it up and you didn't. You forgot? I mean,
I brought out for a woman. You sit right here. And then it disappeared. Poof.
Well, me and Russet here, we'll we'll not rest until we find your phantom root. You said it was worth $140? If it was the going price for it.
Roll deception and add 2 blacks.
Russet looks at you. Can I add like another black or something? Because Russet looks at him and goes, "What?"
Sure. 2 purples, 2 blacks. You know what? I'll even upgrade it. A purple, a red, and 2 blacks.
Oh.
Okay, wait a minute. A purple, a red, and 2 blacks. Right?
Yep. Yep.
All right. Did y'all see anything? Because I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, you got a success, buddy.
You got a success. He looks at you and goes, I could sell it for 140.
Well, if we find any, we'll bring it back, and you have the money ready.
Okay. So outside the shop, Doc!
Doc is just silently standing there doing his like, do not say anything. I'm not here. What the hell are you doing in there still?
We got a list of things to do, Doc.
Did you not get the cue from Monroe pointing his gun at Ali Hakambaro or whatever his name is? We need to go.
Well, there's a problem, Doc. He had this root that he was selling to that woman to cure her par, and it's gone. And we were the only people there. Did you see it?
That woman probably has it. She's the only one that I know that needs it.
Well, we can get 140 for it if we find it.
140?
Yeah.
Okay, well I took it, but let's go. We need to go somewhere else to sell it.
Well, see, I've got it sold to him for 140. I don't think anybody else is going to give us 140 for it. So I tell you what,
if you take the fall,
no.
Well, then let's get the hell out of here.
You keep the jar. Give me the root.
I'll sell it to the lady later.
How about you give me the root and I don't punch you?
Well,
how about?
But can we at least hold on a minute? Can we at least go get the 140? Then you can punch him.
I tell you what.
I'll even hold him.
I'm gonna split it in half.
Or I'll kick
him
him
back inside, but I'm gone.
You punch him and I'll kick him.
You found it outside. It must have rolled outside. He dropped it when he was scared. I've been gone. So I'm gonna break a piece of this off and go.
Well, hey, I'll take.
You're lucky that Russet is too tired to chase you. Russet's like, he picks up the piece and he's like, he shakes his head and he goes back in and he's like,
We must have, the people who stole it Must have dropped it. We found a piece of it. Pay us.
Russell looks at Sam and goes, "What? Why is he paying us?"
Because I have to sell it because I owe you $40. And then, you know, I'm thinking I'm going to keep the 100. So you look deep within yourself.
Russell looks around him, looks at Monroe, and goes, "What?" I'm trying to appeal to someone who's not talking right now, and Monroe's not talking right now, so I'm just like,
Yeah, I think when you kind of walk outside, he's standing there and he's like kind of shaking his hands, and he just puts his hands into his pocket, and he kind of overhears this conversation behind him. He takes a deep breath, and I think he would probably just kind of maybe walk across the street and sit down on a bench that's just sitting over there, keeping his hands in his pocket.
"Hey, I'm talking to you."
And he kind of looks up. What do you want me to do?
Well, I'm confused. I have no idea what's going on. First the shopkeeper lost the...
No, it's very
plan.
clear. Doc said he took it, so Doc is clearly the one who took it because he said he did.
Right.
What?
So the shopkeeper shouldn't be paying for it because Doc took it.
I mean, I agree. That makes sense. I'm not sure why Doc took it. At the end of the day, I don't know. Maybe he's more like Mercury Core than he thinks. And he kind of stands up and he scuffs his boots on the ground itself. Says, "I'm gonna go find Mikey."
All right. Where can we meet you?
Rusty, just give me the route. We'll all meet up and we'll go hunt for Mikey because we need to get Mikey. Now I'll make sure the lady gets the route.
All right. I guess I'll go with Monroe then. Thank you.
You're welcome.
See, that was my plan all along. I didn't want the lady to get swindled. So I thought maybe I could take it and sell it to her for half price. What'd you say? It's $140? We should be able to get $70 out of her.
So I will walk back into the alley Hackett. Sir, I was not able to find all of your route, but I was able to find some of it.
He sees some of it and he goes, "Well, it's not all of it." So
maybe the person who stole it, maybe dropped the glass and broke part of it. This is what I found.
Make a deception roll. 2 purples. And a black, because you've not been gone for long. And out the front window, you know what? 2 blacks. Out the front window, he can watch you talking to them.
2 purple. All right, dice. Let's be friends again. Son of a... Well...
You take a point of strain and he goes,
Didn't quite work.
"You lie!" I watched you talking to your friends.
You mean me and the bear dude cornering some doctor?
The man who was in here yesterday with your friend, the one who I'm supposed to forget? Yes.
Wait, what does he look like?
And he describes Doc.
Oh, I don't know that dude. All I know is we've cornered the dude out there, and this is what we got. Now, do you want part of it, or do you want none of it? I mean,
Make a negotiation roll.
I will use. Can I not use charm? Maybe I could charm.
Nope. Because you're not being very charming.
Yeah, you would have had to charm him just now to use charm.
I know.
And I'm going to upgrade it. So this is 2 purples. 2. And you know what? You're trying to negotiate with him when he saw you take it. 4 purples. And I've just upgraded it to 1 of them. So 3 purples and a red.
Well, I mean, we did corner the fella. I mean, I should be compensated for something. Well, you mother.
Y'all, I just want to point out that you could have just all walked out of that store and we would have been fine. We would have had some Fathom root. It would have been great.
Doc, you don't even know what the Fathom root's for, and you're the doctor.
Yeah, it's perfect. I just know it's worth money and it'll kill me maybe if I eat it.
It'll kill me, maybe. Okay. He looks at you and he goes, no deal. So you can either give this to me because it is mine, and you can be good Samaritan, or I can get town police involved. Good choice.
Now I'm going to switch on the charm. Excuse me.
You've already failed this negotiation.
Yep. So
What are you trying to charm him to do?
Nothing. I will hand it to her. I wouldn't pay 70. I wouldn't pay 70 for half a root though. And I walk out.
She looks at you. Looks at him. She's got the root in her hand. And he goes, that'll be 70, ma'am. Oh, no, sorry. That'll be 140, ma'am.
But it's all. Surely you're not going to try to charge her the price of my finding it. You were going
I was reminded by your friend outside that it cost 140. And she goes, yeah, that's what he did.
Ma'am, I was the one that was trying to get the 140 out of him. He was trying to sell it at 70 before. And now you have...
Watch as the man looks at you, smiles, and then scrutinizes you. $70 it is, ma'am.
I'd say 30. It's half a root.
Ma'am, you need this, correct? And he goes, ma'am, the root? She puts it on the table, and he separates it out and goes, this much is how much you need, and this much is 70. And it looks to be a small amount of the root, about the size of 2 quarters. And she goes, this is what I came prepared to do. It's the last of what I got, and I'm going to save me my paw. And she pays for outright everything else that she needs for the medicine. He grabs another jar out from under his counter, puts the remainder of the root in there.
Well, everything's done. Out.
What's going on outside, Monroe?
So Monroe would be beginning to backtrack to where Esteban had said that he saw David in that crowded intersection. Is that what?
Sorry, real quick before you move on with that, since you're backtracking to where Esteban said he had seen David, and are you waiting for them to come back out of the door, or are you just go in that direction?
I think he'd probably walk up the street a little bit, realize that Russet was following him, and as much as he would like to press on and actually do what they came here to do, he would sit here and wait while Doc and Zeb try and rob Alley Hackham.
Okay. So then before you do that, let's go ahead and take a break then. Sound fair?
Sounds good.
Cool. See you guys in 5. It's all because Esteban's not here, Caleb. Esteban might be lazy, but let's see. Do I have Clyde and Matt?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, I just got
That's,
back.
that's all right, dude. You do your thing. Clyde's
so-
Matt.
So I just want to say, for the record, Doc felt like he was following Monroe's lead because he's never heard the words "quick shot" out of Monroe's mouth. He thought this was all part of the scheme to you know,
Uh-huh.
like, obviously this guy's swindling the lady. Let's just steal the root and we'll solve everybody's problems. He's got this weird foreign accent. I mean, come on.
I hope it's coming across as obviously fake.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's a bullshitter.
It's going to get very interesting between Doc and Russet, I think.
That's really funny that you say that.
And hey, I heard the chance of making money. I'm a gambler and I'm willing to gamble.
Okay. And you play. Let's see. Zeb.
Yup.
As we go along with this, I'm really curious to see how you deal with the failure you just had. Doc played straight up to his flaw.
Oh, do you have the flaw stuff still?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Then why we have this. Could you tell me mine?
Yeah. Your
'Cause-
desire is vengeance.
That's what okay, vengeance.
Your fear is failure.
Yep. Okay.
Your strength is being courageous. And your flaw is your pride.
Okay.
Does anybody else need theirs?
Nope.
All right. So, Monroe, we're with you and Russet. Go.
I think we would have waited on everybody. So we can say we're all together.
Okay, well, we're all together. Go.
Yeah. So I think Monroe would kind of lead back to the spot where, like I said, Esteban said that he had spotted somebody that looked like Mikey, and then given a description of what sounded familiar to David, which I think was at like, I don't know, like a big intersection where there was like benches and a fountain or something like that. At least that's what I saw in my head because Esteban was napping on one of these fountains. But he would kind of go over to that bench and he would look in the direction, kind of backtracking the steps. And he would just kind of look at everybody else and shrug his shoulders. And I said, I think they're that way. And he would just kind of put his head down and begin kind of, what time is it now? A little bit later in the day.
Later in the day, as in like maybe 10 a.m.
So there's at least a little bit more street traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he would kind of be not going with the flow of what the traffic is. He would be just cutting a beeline straight through and not being shy about kind of, helping people out of the way, not necessarily pushing them or anything like that, but maybe being less polite than he normally would be.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing when you see him go that way?
Russet is only half paying attention to Monroe. Mostly he's given the evil eye to Doc, and also he'll be talking to Zeb, and he'll be making sure that Zeb gave, like he'll say, so you gave the route back to the shopkeeper, and the lady got it okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad that we got it all sorted out. Do you think Monroe knows where he's going? I mean, and I'll also turn away and I'll raise my voice and I'll go, "Hey, Monroe, what makes you think he's that way?"
It's the best lead we got.
Oh, all right. Let's hope it's not a Merry Goose Chase, because I'm tired and I don't think I've got enough patience for that. And he looks at Doc, gives him another evil eye, cracks his fingers, and says, "Something could go real wrong if we don't find them."
Yeah, Monroe actually would kind of stop when he hears you talking, and he turns around and he walks back over and he says, "The reason you're tired is because you took it upon yourself to take care of a situation with a lady that had nothing to do with why we were here. So I get that you're tired, man, but the reason we came here is to try and find a kid who's in trouble with his mom."
Yeah, and Doc's kind of piling it on too, and tosses the rest of the route to Russet. Says, "Here, go, give this to your girlfriend. We're going to get back to what we came here for."
And Monroe would,
by the way, Monroe
would like one hand.
Stuff. That was beautiful. I can't believe you came up with that off the top of your head.
He sits there and he like catches it mid throw as it's going to Russet. And he says, "And you, what the hell, man? I know that from the little bit of time we've spent together, it's very clear. You're here. You're about the money. That's what you're going for. But you literally robbed the guy."
Wait. That wasn't. I thought that was the plan. That's what me and Russet came there for, right? Russet? Isn't that why we were going in there?
No.
Oh,
we went in there for information.
And Zeb will pull his gun while they're all there. He'll just pull his gun and start shooting it. Shoot it twice in the air.
In the middle of the street.
Yeah, just
10
up,
o'clock in the morning.
just up in the air.
What? Russet dives for the ground.
And I'll put it.
Doesn't
And
know
I'll,
what the hell's going on.
and I'll put it back. And I was like, could all three of you get over yourselves? And you've been talking about, oh, we're going to find the kids, but you had time enough to turn around to start talking to us. We're all 5 adult individuals. Shit went down. Let's go find the kids. Shut up. And with all of this blame game,
Now you're an adult individual. You were trying to squeal an extra $70 out of the guy.
Yeah,
and for what?
When did the gambler become the voice of reason? You guys are ridiculous.
But see, my hypocrisy is clear. I will risk everything for money.
I do love money. I'm with you on that, Zeb.
So if you want to stand here and continue to banter about what we're supposed to be doing instead of what we came here for, because I didn't come here for a kid. The kid left off with some people and became an outlaw. So hunting him, that was your thing to try to get, and don't try to sell me on the thing that you're doing it for.
He said it in his own note. That's not what happened.
You're trying.
It was in the note at the bar. How can you not remember that? It was less than a week ago.
You're trying to get in good with the woman, which is fine. Wooing ladies is fine too. But
we're just trying to help people. All right, we're just trying to help people. If you're in it for the money, that's you. All right. I look. You can have some of mine. Okay. We're trying to help people, and yes.
Wait. Are you just giving away money?
Monroe drops the root and walks off.
Well, now that we've
Doc
had,
just watches him.
now that everybody has had their sob moment, let's go and get this. Let's go and find this child.
I have to agree. Let's go find Pero.
So they might actually hang him because he might. Let's go do it. Why not?
Russet picks up the root and will follow the others at a distance.
So who are we trying to save now? Because you said 2 different names of different people.
Yeah, Monroe is going. He's trying to find Mikey. Because that's why everybody decided to come here, among other things. But that is what brought us to Dallas.
Yeah, it is.
Wait. I thought we came to Dallas because of the peddler guy.
That was a by the by that happened along the way. We've had a few things that have all led us to Dallas, which is why Russet this morning was like, "What's going on? We've got so many things to follow up. What are we going to do?"
No, actually, Doc's kind of right.
Yeah, I'm definitely right.
Jimmy Steve, the peddler man, who goes to Browns Creek, was said to have brought those crates that you found in the mines from Fairley's.
Yep, from Fairley Suppliers.
Fairley's is located in Bonneville, not in Dallas. So that's not the reason we came here.
But Fairley's is a supplier.
At least that is why Doc came to seek him out.
Okay, well.
It's fair if you came here looking for Mikey. That's fine.
Cool. Well, that is the direction that the promise to the lady, the family that he knows. That's totally fair. If Monroe's motivation is to help the McGillicuddies, or is that Mikey's last name?
Make a vigilance roll, everybody. 2 purples and a black.
I really got to take some points in vigilance.
Damn. Wow. Okay, so Doc, you missed it. I guess you are so distracted right now that
Yeah, I thought we just pulled off a cool heist, and I'm super surprised that everybody else is like upset about what just happened.
yeah.
Like, what are you guys talking about? I'm not paying attention to the world.
Zeb, you are even missing things even more. You're lost even just about as much as Doc there, Monroe. But probably because you're in the lead, and anything that might happen ahead of you as you're trying to go against the flow, you're more focused on that. But how's that advantage you've got being used?
I think the advantage would definitely be that at the end of the day, Monroe is right.
That's what he's going to spend it on. Okay.
Yeah, being right. Maybe it's it's something where he actually, while he's walking, he walks in front of like a cart, and the cart stops, and that opens up whatever success it is that occurs behind me. Is that a thing?
Sure. Why not? Let's make that happen. Let's make it work. So for that, can I get Russet to just roll a blue die? Got it. So nothing there. So Russet, you are the one to succeed, but the jostling, like, it seems as though these people are being not very kind to you on these streets of Fort Dallas right now. So you're going to take a point of strain. But with that success, you do see through the crowd, there is you swear that you see a short red-headed man with a red bushy beard off going down the street to your right.
All right. The others are a little bit ahead of Russet, which is perhaps why they're not seeing it. Russet sees this, and he's really impatient and really frustrated at the moment. He's quite angry, and he's just yelling. He's like, "Red-headed man that way. He's that way. Turn around is that way."
And as you shout that, you see the man look at you and take off running.
Well, shit. Russet is not in the mood for this, and he'll run after him, but he's going to be puffed and tired. So add whatever difficulty you like, sir.
All right. So then here's what we're going to do. It is going to be an initiative check. Vigilance for all of you.
Okay.
And
It's no purples, right, on that?
no purples, but the red-headed man immediately gets first initiative. So I guess there's no reason to roll. Or you know what? Yeah, go ahead and roll. I'll make you
you
roll.
say that after I hit 3 successes.
That's all right. You can have those 3 successes, and I'll have him roll as well. And he just gets a surprise round.
Oh my God! Yes, he's ahead.
Yeah, he just didn't roll. It's fine. He didn't roll. that reset button up there, Jim? Click that reset.
That's like my first roll all night.
Yeah, that'll fix your dice, though, if you hit the reset.
No, it won't. If you leave the room and come back, it has all of our dice rolls still.
Like, this is what you were talking about before, though. Like, he crit us for 150, all four of us, and you're dead. Whole party kill. Love it.
It's what I've been looking for. Sweet. That's exactly what I needed. It says, on an initiative check, perform an immediate free maneuver before combat begins. So what he's going to do is from where you see him, where you saw him, Russet, he is... Where'd the pencil go? He was at medium. Now, we'll go ahead and say he's at large and a half, or long and a half. So there's going to be a PC, NPC, and then PC. So
But he starts with the surprise action, is that what you said?
let me do this to make it a little easier for me. So right now, he is at long range, long and a half. So, wow, this is going to be a... Oh. All right, so who's going to go first?
So we get a slot before him.
No, he by rolling that triumph.
He goes first no matter what, and then
No,
goes
by
second
roll,
also.
I got to perform an immediate free maneuver before combat begins. So that's my round. That puts me at long and a half.
Oh, so he just ran for his turn. Just booking it.
No, not even his turn. His free maneuver.
It's a free, yeah.
Right.
So it's not his turn. He just gets to run for free.
Okay.
Well, Russ is the one that saw him, so
Do it.
he's steam training this. He is not paying attention to anyone. He's angry, and he's just gonna bluster his way as quickly as he can to see if he can catch up with this guy. And he's not going to be kind to him if he catches up to him, but we'll see about that when it comes to it.
Can I just sidebar? Who do we think this is? This redheaded guy that just started running from us? That's not Mikey, right? That's somebody else.
That's David McKillicuddy / Perro.
Okay, that is the dog. Old dog man. Cool, because I wanted to know if I want to shoot at him or try and catch him.
Crowded street.
So I want to shoot at him. Is that what you're saying, Jim?
That's what you want, man.
So I'm going as fast as these bare legs are taking me to try and catch this guy.
All right. So I thought I had it set. I'm literally tearing off pieces of paper for lines. Okay, so got it. Russet. What are you doing? You're gonna move and then take two, or move and then use your action to move.
Yes.
All right.
And I am not being subtle about it. And in fact, as I'm running, I'm just shouting, "Get him! Get him!" And yeah. So
All right.
everyone's going to notice me. And some people are going to be bolder.
Gotcha. So he's going to move. Next.
Sorry, didn't you say NPC was second?
Yes. He is now at extreme range.
So I guess I'm going to chase after two, both with my maneuver and with my action.
All right. So 2 maneuvers. Short, medium.
Can I go ahead and take a strain to do one more?
You can't do 3 maneuvers in a round.
Okay, cool. All right. That's me.
Who's next?
I will. Let's see. So I guess what I would probably do is so I'll use maneuver to run, another maneuver taking strain to run again, and can I look around, or maybe if I have to? Either way, I want to do this. So I want to use a perception check to see if I can find in the crowd. What were their names? Remus and Scott, if they happen to be in this crowded area.
So you're actively looking for them, taking time to do that, or you're just trying to keep an eye out for them?
So let's do this. Can I climb on top of that cart that I stopped and get a better vantage point and then look around to see if I can see that maybe this noise that Russet has caused might have drawn the attention of them if they're in the area?
Sure.
What am I rolling against here?
Right. You're looking for 2 purples and a black. Come on, Jim of the dice. Cool. You successfully find them. You can tell that they are not here.
All right. Could the threat just be that I fall off this thing?
And take a wound, or take a strain. Yep.
Sure. Okay.
Cool. So you're real far behind then. Or you didn't get as much movement in. Zeb?
Okay. He's extreme range?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to move once. What range would he be if I move just once?
Extreme?
Oh, still extreme. It doesn't go. Okay. Let's see, short, long, extreme. Okay. Then I'm going to try.
For you to go from extreme to long, it's going to take 2 maneuvers.
Okay, so I'm going to try to use my curse thing on him. So it's short range. I think I have to put 2 purple to make it extreme. It would go long, extreme, or does it work like that? I know it's short range, and I can make purple to make it have a longer range.
So you go medium, long, extreme. So it would be 3 extra purples?
Yep. You're up to 5 purples.
Okay, so medium, long, extreme. Ooh, never mind. I'm just going to move because that's a lot of purple to try to cancel out right now. Yes, I'll do my double moving.
All right. I need everybody to make a. Where did it go? That's the number I'm looking for. All right. I need everybody to make a athletics or coordination roll against 2 purple. In fact, hold on. No. Cool, yeah. You're going to need to make an athletics or coordination check against 2 purple right now and a black. Just add a black to that, Mike. Or roll a black separately. Okay. Cool. So what's going to happen is, Mike, you take 3 strain. Excuse me, Doc, you do. Monroe, you take 1 strain and you fail. Russet, continuing to take that strain. And so all of you fail on your roll. So what that's going to do is it's going to give him another maneuver.
Doc didn't fail.
Oh, Doc didn't fail. Okay, so he won't get that maneuver. All right, so now what I want you guys to do is, if you're trying to gain on him, we're going to assume that right now these rolls that you have are going to be versus what he's got. All right, so he's not going to roll anymore. You're rolling. Your difficulty is based off of his dice now, and his dice are going to be 1 purple and 2 red. If you're trying to gain on him, you can make athletics or acrobatics checks while pursuing through these streets. And what he will be doing on his turn is trying to make things difficult for you. So, top PC slot.
I'm still barreling down. I'm going to upgrade my check and give it a go. So 1 purple, 2 red, a black against what I got.
All right. You're able to gain on him.
And I continue to take that strain, or that's 2. You can probably do something special with that, right?
I'd like to do something special with that. Oh, yeah. We are going to open that page. You are absolutely gaining as you're going along. You're doing a great job. Unfortunately, as you said, you're bearing along. You're not being careful. And the next PC that goes is going to have a black on their roll.
Okay. I'm still calling out, by the way. I'm still like, stop him in the name of the law. It's getting to that. Russet's annoyed.
Cool. So right now you are long range from him. All right. So, guys, the way that this chase is working now, it's your maneuver. It's we're actually stealing a lot from space combat in Star Wars right now. If you're trying to gain on him, it's an action and requires a roll. If you're trying to dodge, you have maneuvers that you can make to try to be more careful. You can do things that are similar to, in effect, to aiming, if that makes sense. And he's just trying to make things difficult for you. Cool. Let's treat this like a team check. Who has the highest? Let's see. If we're trying to make an athletics or an acrobatics. It's not acrobatics. It's a coordination. Who has? Let's see. It'll either be brawn and athletics or agility and coordination.
I have a 3 in agility.
Anybody got lots of points in coordination then? Okay. How are we doing on athletics then, guys?
I have 1 in athletics and 3 brawn.
Yeah, I'm certainly the lowest.
I have 2 in athletics.
Cool.
So it'd be 2 and 3, or 2 and 1.
Got it. So 2 yellow and a green. That's what I'll roll against. Or 2 red and a purple. Excuse me.
Oh,
That's beautiful, guys. So for the first despair.
He tripped and he died. Just like
I don't think we're going to get it that easy.
Now here, it's dangerous in the Wild West.
So things get bad. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I held on to a despair from last game as well.
That despair was against me, though, right?
That you rolled it, yes.
Okay.
So, first thing that happens is it gets the crowd gets so full. This is actually your guys' second day? Because yesterday you had the parade, worked real hard.
Yeah,
right?
had a parade. Interrupt a parade is more like.
Yeah, you interrupted a parade. This Mardi Gras that he said that he had, the Texas Mardi Gras, is still going on, and there's another parade that you run into, and it stops him square in his tracks as the first despair. The second despair is that all of a sudden you see him literally rear back, grab his head, his hands come up, and he's covered in red fur. The third despair that I've been holding on to, this one's yours, Monroe. Those 2 Mercury Corps guys are on the other side of the parade.
Like participating?
No.
Okay.
They are walking on the other side, and
Beads,
all
beads.
are aware of this. Screams erupt in the crowd.
Can I just say, this has got to be the most exciting parade year. Everything that's going on during these parades.
Well, they do everything big in Texas, so this is the best parade ever.
I mean, yesterday we shot some robots, or a robot. Today there's a Burman.
So what will happen right now is, to give you all an idea, Russet, Doc, he is short range from you. Or excuse me, he's long range from you. The guys from the Mercury Corps on the other side of the parade are extreme range from you, but only medium range from him. And Zeb, you're all Russet, Doc, and Zeb. Y'all are all long long range. There we go. You're all long range from him, and you're extreme range from him, Monroe.
Wait, hold on. I think Russet ran forward ahead of everybody else. So Russet should be closer. Right? Is that
Right. So then, Russet, you are only medium. Yes, you're medium from him.
too deep into rules, but
Doc and Zeb, you're long.
cool. Okay.
And Monroe, you're long and a half. So it's only going to take you one to get to medium.
And what are our slots right now? Sorry.
Same that you've been in.
So we have used a piece. I think you used a PC slot, Russet.
Yeah.
Three of us have yet to go after the NPC's turn. Correct?
Sounds right to me.
Cool.
What are you rolling there, Jim? That's brutal. I hope that was the Mercury Corps guys.
All right. Last 3 PC slots. The crowd is running toward you. If you want to continue going on, running the speed that you've been going, you're going to have to make an athletics or a coordination check, and it's going to be against 2 blacks as well as 2 purples.
Can Monroe seeing this crowd rushing at him? All he can think in this moment is he needs to find an easier way to get through all of this. And I would like to quick draw. I would like to quick draw my Freddy Flatbread's hat.
Yeah.
Put it on my head and hope that this would in some way either clear the path for their now local hero, or perhaps it would just help to incentivize them to get out of his. He's the guy who shot and saved the
If you'll spend a story point, absolutely.
Okay, I'll spend a story point for that.
All right. So it turns out that so many people in this crowd recognize you from Freddy Flatbreads, and seeing you, it actually draws their attention and it makes them divert.
Cool. So since I can quick draw and do all of that, technically I haven't used any maneuvers yet, correct?
Correct.
So now can I easily maneuver?
Yep.
Without athletics and such?
Correct.
All right. So what range does that put me in?
It takes you 1 to get into. It's going to take you.
I'm extreme right now.
I'm sorry. With the other guys being in. Cool. That'll actually put you to medium.
So once he gets there, and he feels like he's in a decent yelling distance, he would yell out, "Tilly sent us to get Mikey," hoping that might do something.
Okay. Let me put you down here. That moved you up to medium, we said? Monroe, Russet, Doc. Zeb. Next PC slot.
All right. I think Doc, seeing this guy pull this red fur, maybe starts to recognize it for some sort of transformation, or thinks that, even if it is not that. And so he is ready to stop whatever is happening. So he's going to maneuver forward. One, I think, take a strain to take aim after quick drawing his rifle and take a shot.
Okay, so before you take that shot, yes, you're at medium range, so it's
Okay.
2 purples,
Wonderful.
but I'm going to upgrade one of those purples to red, and where is that page I'm looking for?
So 1 purple, 1 red.
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm looking for cover. It's either going to be 2 or 3 blacks as well. Yep, 2 blacks. So a purple, a red, and 2 blacks.
Okay, and I'm going to change a destiny. I think. Change one of my greens to a yellow. Is that right? Oh, I just added one. My bad. All right. Okay. Damn it.
So go ahead and narrate how this wash effect works out.
So where did that cover come from?
The people.
Oh, I thought Caleb split the people.
He did for himself.
Oh. Well, I guess Doc's like sees what's happening in front of him and runs up, and as Monroe throws his hat on, the people kind of see him and like almost in awe, like are backing away from him to make room, and bump into the Doc throwing his shot off.
Gotcha.
Some jackass from the crowd has ruined this opportunity for Doctor.
And Zeb in the last PC slot.
Okay. Hearing that, just so. Then who in the hell is this dude?
Wait,
Screw
hold
it.
on. Do you not know, or does Zeb not know? Because I think maybe neither.
I know we're supposed to be hunting the dog. If this is the dog, you know what? I screw it. I'm shooting him. I don't know who he is, but he's. I'm going. So Russet has him tackled to the ground. That's the red fur. So just so
I don't have him. No, he has the red fur.
This guy is redheaded, and there is like fur coming. He's like tearing fur off of himself.
But I don't have him.
Okay, so that's where my thing was, because I thought the red fur was you.
Also, he's nicknamed the Dog, which might be something.
Okay. So I'm going to move. How many would it take for me to get close up? If he's still trying to get up, how many maneuvers would it take to get to him? I think I'm at what you said. I'm at long range.
Yeah, it'll take you 3.
Take me 3. Shoot. Okay. What about 1? How close would that put me?
Medium.
Fine. I'll move up to medium range. Short. I'll put a purple on my curse ability. That's 3. And then I'm going to try to freaking paralyze him, which puts it at 6. I've got that freaking selective spell thing that I think drops it down. I think it takes two purple off of it. Was that what it was? I think it was 2.
I don't remember.
My character sheet, I copied it, but it didn't. When I saved it, it didn't save the text on what it did. I want to say 2, but I think I might be giving it too much credit.
Was that a talent? Was it?
Yeah,
it's a turn off.
Yeah.
Let's just say for now, yes, but I'm going to go ahead and upgrade it, one of those purples to a red anyway.
Okay, so that's 4. Okay. Now, what am I? Okay, arcane. Okay. Nope. 3 of those. Okay. You said you was turning one of the purples into a red?
Yep.
Okay, so it'd be 3 purples and a red.
And he's got cover.
So
2 blacks.
okay. Whoa, not 4 purples and a red. 3. And I'm going to flip me a story. Dude. That'll give me a green.
It only lowers the difficulty by 1, not by 2.
Okay, so then okay. All right, then let's see. So it would be 5. So it would be 4 purples. And I will flip it anyway.
Oh no, I spent a white one. Or I spent a black one. It should be like that.
Oh, well, okay, because I know I spent one.
I clicked the wrong thing.
Okay, I see. All right. I think that's everything. Yeah. All right.
You got that red in there?
Yeah, 4 purples and a red. Yep, I have the red.
Okay. Dang. All right.
Yeah, it's fine.
So you're going to fail. And with those threats, with those it's the magic. I get to use the magic threats. Hold on. This is going to be awesome. Awesome for me. I've not gotten to use these really yet. So, magic threats. Yes.
Yeah, how does that triumph work with the magic? Same ways.
Triumph works with magic as typical. There are not any special circumstances with the triumphs, but there are with threats and I just forgot what they're called. Despair. All right.
It's gonna be like some Harry Potter, like, oh, you made all your bones disappear, so you're just a jelly boy now.
Nope. All right. So, cool. I'm going to go with this. Your spell is more powerful than you expected, and all other spellcasters and creatures attuned to magical energies within a day's travel become aware of your character. Depending on your position, They also become very interested in finding you.
I may have just I may have just. I forgot what that tree's name in Teen Wolf was. Never mind.
Yep.
So, did it work? Did
did
I
not.
fail?
It failed.
Okay, because I'm like, okay, if it was more power,
You could do something vital to the scene. You could say that curse, maybe like somehow the cursed, even with that triumph, maybe it went a little, the spell went haywire, especially with all those threats and those failures, and maybe it ended up turning into a blast and knocking one of the parade trains on its side. You could say, I don't know.
okay, I think I have me an idea. Okay, since he has been using his powers, and the unkind has taken offense that he's been tapping into his domain too much. So instead of it affecting the one person like he's trying to do, it affects a big area. It's like a big.
Because it doesn't succeed.
Oh, it doesn't? No, okay. Then I knocked the train over.
Oh, okay.
Well, I thought it would maybe work for us and against us, causing all the people to rampage and maybe keep him down, and us have to go back to doing what we were doing.
Well, see, my other option for 3 threats is it's more powerful than expected, and one character of the GM's choosing is targeted or otherwise affected by the spell as well. So I could have picked yourself or Russet.
Oh, well, okay. I thought I could spend it that way, but if I can't, that's okay. I can knock something over.
You could. There's lots you could do. You could perform an immediate free maneuver. You could ignore the penalizing environment, so not have to make athletics checks to move or your or coordination until the end of your next turn.
I'll do that. I think I like that. I'll use that triumph to move, so I can get close. I can't be closer to him.
Okay, you can perform an immediate free maneuver then. That'll put you in short range of him.
That's good.
All right. So with that, first thing that happens is the 2 guys from the Mercury Corps. You watch them peek out from around one of these trains or one of these parade floats, and they begin shooting. And they're at medium range, so they come up into short range. Boom. All right. They're going to hit him. And you watch him scream out in pain as he takes that crit. Ooh, a 62. A 62. The target is disoriented until the critical injury is healed. Oh, that means he adds a black to all checks that they make. Sweet. That's the first one, and the second one will make the same roll. Actually, the second one is going to make the roll against you, Zeb. Success with 4 advantages. They're going to trigger their crit. With that crit, it's an 88. The target cannot voluntarily suffer strain to activate any abilities or gain additional maneuvers until the critical injury is healed. They just turned off your magic.
Next time I'm ducking down into the crowd.
And you're going to take...
That was the Mercury guys that shot Zeb?
Yes.
Interesting.
That's 7 damage, 7 wounds. PC. Oh, by the way, Clyde, that's a 2 purple. It's an average crit, so for your sheet, the check to heal you will be an average check to get rid of that.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's just on the back page of your sheet. There's a place to mark that. It's called Winded. So who's the next PC?
I will. So I'm at medium range. I can get to short range with a maneuver. I can close with another maneuver. I have to take strain for that, right?
Yes.
Okay. And is grapple? How do I grapple?
I think it's
Because that's what I want to do. I don't want to hit him. I want to grab him so that he stops running and so that we can, stop all of these gunshots, hopefully.
You know what? I think it'll be brawl versus brawl.
All right.
At least that's
No
what I'll go
worries.
with until I figure out the real answer.
Yeah.
So it'll be for him. You're going against 2 purples and 2 reds.
2 purples, 2 reds. So it's not grapple versus grapple, or that is his grapple and I'm just rolling against him? Sorry.
It's the brawl roll versus the brawl roll. So whatever your brawl check is versus 2 purples, 2 reds.
Okay. And are we would I use a black or a white to flip?
To do what?
Just to get another green.
You click the white one.
Yeah. Okay. We've used a lot, but
cool.
All right, so yeah, I run in. I'm obviously strained, but I wrap my big bare hands around him, and I got him.
All right.
So anything that targets him, I'm going to be in the middle of it.
Right.
So, yeah.
He is going to attempt to break out.
Break out.
Man, this feels like going all fast and wild trying to find what to do with grappling.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, I'm like, there's got to be some sort of rules because that just makes too much sense, and there's not. Like preparation, drop prone, move.
Wait, I thought that you just used brawl instead of like a melee attack. There's a brawl skill.
Yeah, that's what this says in the brawl skill.
Oh.
Action to activate an ability, perform a skill check, perform a combat check, movement, drop prone, start from prone, mount, dismount, guarded, manage, assist, aim, nothing. All right. Cool. So what I'm gonna do is take until I find out more, let's treat it like D&D. He can't go anywhere, but you're holding on to him still. And that doesn't stop him from attacking. It stops him from being able to move. And you know what? We'll even go as far as to say he can't use his maneuver or voluntarily spend strain to move.
But he'd be able to use either a maneuver or an action to try and escape, right?
It would have to be an action because it requires a dice roll.
Right.
So he's not going to try to escape. He's going to just reach out and smack at you.
Yeah. That's a good result for me. So I have an armor for starters. Let me just have a look. Yeah. I can't do that because I already said that. Yeah, so I have an armor, so he's got that black die there.
All right, here it comes. Okay.
Wow. That's a good roll.
Eh. It's going to be 7 wounds, and he's going to crit on you.
Okay.
In fact, you know what? There's a D100 in there already.
Yep.
You can choose. Do you want me to keep that one or roll again?
I'll just keep it. That's fine.
Okay. It's
so it'll get reduced to 64 because of my talent.
Oh, beautiful. That helps a lot. You know what? I have to roll another black because of my crit that I have against me. Okay. So this one's going to be 64. It's an average severity, and you are slightly dazed. Target is Yes. Target is disoriented until the critical injury is healed. You and he both have the same injury right now.
And that just adds a black to everything?
Yep. PC slot.
Monroe's gonna whip out his guns and I think he's gonna. The crowd has cleared for me still, or do they have cover?
It's cleared for you. So there's not there's not clear line of sight, but wherever you go, you don't have to make those rolls, and they're going to open up for you.
So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take a shot at either Remus or Scott here.
From medium range, where they are, you're not going to have. They've got cover because of the trains, the parade floats.
Can I use a maneuver to get a better shot at them?
To aim at them?
Sure. I mean, whether it's moving or aiming.
So where they are on the other side of the parade, and they're at medium range from Russet.
Okay, so then they would be either long and a half or extreme from me because I'm medium range to David.
No, medium, short, medium. They're in the long range category.
You cut out there for me. What?
If they're in the long range category, if you move forward one, you'll be able to get that.
Okay, and I have the ability to shoot them at that point?
Yes.
Okay. So I think since I didn't have one drawn already, I would only quick draw the one revolver instead of both of them. And so then use the maneuver to get up in space. Take a deep breath, take a strain to aim, and wince. But then I am going to shoot him.
Okay.
What am I rolling against here?
They're at medium range, right?
Yep, so 2 purple.
2 purples.
That's it?
And they have... Yeah, it's just 2 purples with how you maneuver yourself.
All right, let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything here. They've both already acted, correct?
Yes.
All right. Let me mark my strain here so I don't forget it. Okay.
All right, go ahead. How much damage is that?
Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 advantages is not enough to spark. Can I use those 2 advantages to make my hat fly off? Essentially making it so that it's not obvious who shot them?
Sure. In fact, we'll say that when your hat flies off, you can use those 2 advantages to give them a black die if they try to shoot you.
Okay. And then it does 13 damage.
13.
They're lucky they already went.
The tall one takes a really tough hit from you. I think that one was... Where did I write his name? The tall one's Remus. With the brown hair. Next PC slot. Doc?
I'm shooting somebody. Who shot me? Which one of them?
Which one of them? Let's say it was... What's the other one? Scott.
He would be the short one, right? I don't think I knew their names. I just know tall or short.
Yep, Scott's the short one.
Okay. So I'm going to shoot back at the short dude.
All right, from where you are, you're going to have a black dice.
Alrighty.
So you're at...
Medium.
You're at short range with...
Was it? Yeah, short. Yeah, okay.
Cool, and that means you're at medium range with them. And you're going to have a black die.
Okay, there. Did you reset the dice? Because they just reset it.
I just refreshed it.
Okay, then that's probably what happened. Okay, never mind. All right, and you said 1 black?
1 black, 2 purples. And you know what? 1 black, it's a purple and red instead.
And a red. Okay. Okay. Okay, I don't have none of them checked. Shoot.
All right, so you miss, but you got those 4 advantages.
Let's see. How many strain did I?
You can heal some strain.
Yeah, I'm fixing to see how much strain I got. Yeah. Well, okay. No, I will use a couple of them for strain.
You know what? In fact, you have 5 because you used your crit last time or your triumph to make it so you weren't affected by the environment. So you'd actually have 5 advantages, not 4.
I spent my advantage, my what that triumph to move.
Oh, okay. So then 4.
Yeah, as much as I would like to claim it, nope, I moved.
You can use those 3, or you can use 3 of those 4 advantages to do the same thing again. Or 2 of them to perform an immediate free maneuver.
Could I do this right here? Could I spend we'll say these 4, and one of the parade float that they're behind is kind of looks like a dragon and has like maybe like a little boiler thing that makes the little smoke, and I busted I put a hole in the boiler to make the smoke go off on their side to give them black when they try to attack us again? Or is that not enough black to do that?
The thing is that what you're shooting at, you failed, and those advantages, you can say, sure, you can use that to give the targeted character, let's say you can do that to give whichever one you were shooting at, you can give him 2 black die.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So that when you hit that smoke, it gets one of them right in the face. Is going to give him 2 black die to his next attack.
Okay, so it takes all of them to do that?
It takes all of them to do that.
Then I'll do that.
All right. Doc?
All right. I think Doc, seeing what's going on here, going to follow suit. Take aim, or I guess I need to move forward to get into medium range of the Mercury guys, right?
So you're going to move up to, like, within short range of them?
I thought I was currently in medium range of the guy that Rusted is holding.
Okay, cool.
So I would have to move 1 to get in medium range of the other guys, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to do that. Take another strain to take aim at the tall guy who seems to have been injured. I'm hoping to end this without killing both of them, but... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just... Yeah, I'm going to take aim at the tall guy for an extra strain.
I'm going to flip another one. You're at medium range, so it's a purple and a red.
Red, I'm going to also flip yellow. And how many blacks do I have on them? 1, 2?
Just 1.
All right.
There you go. Are you shooting at the tall brown-headed one or the short one with the...
The tall one, yeah.
Okay.
It would be 8 plus 1 there's 9, I guess, damage.
All right.
Advantage. I'm going to go ahead and recover a strain for that advantage.
Okay.
Cool.
They both go. The one who's just been hit is not the one with the 2 blacks. He's going to turn and aim at you. You're at medium range. And I'm going to flip a black one to shoot you. There we go. You're going to take 7 wounds. And Yep. You're going to take 7 wounds, and you're going to take a point of strain as well.
Okay.
So far, you've been shot in this story. Nothing has hurt like this. In fact, there is a bullet lodged in you. The next one shoots, hearing you howl out in pain, and will turn toward you. Going to spin that destiny point again, but he's got 2 blacks. Fails. Does no wounds to you. But he's going to give you... that gets real close to nicking you, and you are still in so much pain from the previous shot that on your next attack, you've got a black die. PC.
Gonna quick draw the other pistol here. Then I'm going to use my maneuver to reduce difficulty of 2-weapon fighting. And then I will aim.
Okay.
So since I'm aiming, do I get a blue per gun?
I think you only get 1.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just curious. So here I am. Let's see. So it's still against 2 purple because the 2-weapon fighting raised it to 3. But I would have dropped it with the 2-weapon. I pulled out my other gun, so I raise a blue. And I'm aiming. So it's 3.
Tall one or short one?
Which one just shot Doc?
Which one just hit him? They both shot at him.
Okay, which one hit him?
The tall one.
Okay, then, yeah, that's what I thought the tall... Okay, yeah, either way, I'm going to shoot him.
Okay.
So, let's see. Damage-wise, that's 11. I'm going to heal 2 strain. And then with the triumph, he's probably already dead, but I'm going to go ahead and say I crit.
Yes, he's already dead, but it says that with the triumph, it says you can activate an item quality. And it says that you can do what some things that if it's going to take 3 advantages to do it, you can do it. You can do it with one of those. Oh no, that's 2. You could, I don't know, gain melee or ranged defense until the end of your next turn.
I think that's what I'm going to have to do because I don't have a lot of other good options here. But yeah, actually,
here you can upgrade the ability of any allied character's next check.
So does David qualify as an ally?
No.
Okay. Then I would probably upgrade. Considering Doc just got hit, he would upgrade Zeb's.
Okay. Dudesky. David is going to continue to just thrash wildly at you, Russet. against 2 purples, and he's got his black from his crit.
And a black from my armor.
And a black from your armor. That's right. He takes 2. He takes 2 strain, and you take 4 wounds.
I'll just soak it.
Yep.
Okay.
PC.
I'll go then.
Okay.
I say, you better stop struggling now, boy. Or you'll know about it. I'm in a right bad mood. And
Are you
I want
threatening
some
him or trying
information.
to appeal to his better senses?
I think I'm threatening him. Yeah.
Okay, coercion. And this is what it will be. Coercion versus... Oh, I walked around for 3.5 hours trying to tell myself what this damn skill is against it. Coercion versus, I think, discipline. So, there it is. Yes, coercion versus discipline. He is on. You're only going to have to go up against. 1 red.
1 red?
Yep, but you still have that black against.
Yeah, I've loaded the black. Yeah.
Okay.
So just 1 red. There we go.
All right. He, you have successfully intimidated him or coerced him into backing down. He's not a whipped dog in your hands, but he is. You can see that in that moment, in the thrashing, you say that, and you're roaring in his face about it, and you can see a little bit of humanity flash into his eyes. Even though his physical form, the rest of him is all wolf.
Right. So has he changed appearance at all other than the fur?
You have only heard of something like this where people transform. In fact, if I remember correctly, in our second game, you actually saw Doc in a form similar to this.
Yes. Okay, so he has changed. Okay. So given that I have only, given that I've spoken already, I guess the last bit of my turn will be just quite out loud, loud enough for the guys on the other side, the business guys and my allies to hear. I'll just say, I've got him. And that will be my turn.
Okay. PC slot.
Does it
Zed,
look like,
Doc.
does it look like does it look like they're stopping?
One is stopped because he's dead.
Right, I get that, but the other one, does it look like Russet saying he got him changes anything?
No.
Okay. Can I do magic now? I don't remember. Okay, so it's until it was healed. I thought, okay. Well, shoot. I'm shooting again.
Okay.
Now, how does that upgrade work?
What upgrade?
I thought Caleb spent to upgrade my check.
Yeah, my triumph was to upgrade his check.
Yes.
Is that...
So what are you trying to do, Zeb?
I'm going to try to shoot him since I
Okay.
can't.
So then whatever your agility is, it's one higher for this.
Okay. All right. My agility. Oh, well, that's good.
And you're still at medium?
No, I'll have to move up there. I'll move up to be in short range with short dude.
All right.
Scott. Okay, I got 4 green. What's the difficulties?
The difficulty is 1 purple.
Oh,
You have just a 4 agility and nothing in light ranged?
right.
Okay. Awesome.
Right. Well, we had. That's when you helped me redo it. That's what I said. As oh crap.
Yeah.
So if I don't get to go first, I'm up Pooh Creek. But we'll see what this does. Hopefully, this will work with me.
Well, you have a lot of advantages there.
It does not work with me. I hate that this does not work with me. Dice.onme.com, your bones in disguise.
Your bones in disguise.
I'm writing an angry letter. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You can give him, like, what is it? 3 black dice on his next attack. You can force the target to drop his weapon, like you hit the gun instead of him.
You know what? I want to do that. I'm so good at shooting. I miss him and hit his gun. I'm just trying not to kill him. I'm taking his gun from him.
That's great. Perfect. Anything else then?
You should only take 3 of those, right?
Yeah, that only takes 3. Sorry. You still have 3 left.
I want to use the other 3 to take his trigger finger. Can I do that?
You know what?
Why do I see the look in your eyes? No, you can't take trigger finger.
You know what? This is what I'll do. I'll say you can use those 3 to mark him, to take that trigger finger from him. Sure.
Okay, I was about to say if I can find, then I'll spend it to take the other dead man's trigger finger.
Boom.
The trigger finger from his opposite hand that he doesn't use to shoot.
Exactly.
Cool. So it goes to NPC slot.
That's me, yeah. You said this gunshot wound hurt like...
Oh, no, sorry. It's Doc's turn, yes.
You said this gunshot wound hurt like no gunshot has hurt before?
Correct.
Okay, so I think Doc is going to do the Doc thing and go take care of himself. I'm going to move it back into the crowd, use a maneuver to go back in the crowd, and then do a medicine check.
Okay.
Which is, I have less than half of my wound threshold, so it's a 1 purple, right?
Uh-huh.
I have a knack for medicine, so I lose that black dice I gained last time. And that's it.
Cool. You'll be able to recover those wounds, but that bullet is still inside of you, and you know it's going to take time and tools.
Okay. But
You
I'm
feel
also
like
in the
you're able
crowd,
to
right?
recover those wounds, and that's fine, but that strain does not get recovered.
Oh, actually, I accidentally rolled a red with that. So that should be 3, right?
So that would be 3 successes on there then.
And I'm also in the crowd. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know that not for very much longer because the crowd's almost cleared out.
As long as he hits one of them instead of me, I'm cool with it.
Gotcha. It's his turn. And I'm going to spend a story point. And when you guys make it to the other side of the parade cart, you find one dead body. And you find a silver pistol on the ground, but you cannot find the short man.
And a finger.
And a finger.
So Monroe would quickly scan around to see if he could find him real quick. And once he it looks like it's all clear, he would reach down with the barrel of his gun and scoop it up through like where the trigger hole is and kind of hold it out to one of the other guys. And assuming one of them would take it quickly, he would walk over to where Russet and David are and kind of lean down and say, David, just relax. Tilly sent us. We're here looking for Mikey. I think he's with you. Is he? We're just trying to get him back. Come on, Tilly's your sister. What are you doing?
We need to get away. If you want to help him, we need to get away. Are they dead? They're dead. Let's go.
I'll have the silver gun.
Yeah, it's all yours.
While they over there talking, I'm going to bring the pop the chamber out and see what the bullets are.
The bullet, as you're going, the bullets shine just like the gun.
I will put the chamber back and keep this gun for later in case of emergencies.
So with that gun, you have the option to spend advantages to do strain damage to anyone who is a mongrel.
Oh.
So don't shoot me, please.
Yeah, don't shoot any of us.
That's a gun. Don't shoot. I don't think I need to tell you. Don't shoot us.
So just holding it
Well,
down the barrel, like
I'm glad y'all. I mean, I'm really glad all y'all, chimed in. Do not shoot you because I was just looking at this gun and saying, who needs these bullets? Monroe, the Doc, and Russet.
Except Esteban. Esteban's probably my favorite character so far. So sorry, guys. No,
he's
he's
still
living.
sleeping in the wagon again.
I mean, this was my idea today. My master plan had all led up to this. Shooting you all with a silver gun.
Okay, so real quick, Russet, how do you handle this situation?
Matt, Jim just asked how do you handle the situation that we're in? So we have the werewolf guy. If you want to let him go or whatever you want to do with it.
So I didn't catch what happened. Did he give up?
Yeah, you have him. He stopped fighting you.
All right. So as long as he's not trying to get away, I will, loosen my grip, and I would tell him why we're here, which is that we're trying to save whoever he's related to. And I have to get going, so I'm really sorry, but so I'll just try to keep him calm and ask him questions, and the others know what I would ask him.
Cool. Take it easy, man.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Take care, brother. There's actually 2 guns because they both had those silver guns, guys.
Well, while they are, I'll pick up. If I find the other one, I've got 2 of them now. Well,
Okay.
we've got 2 of them.
So give them. They have limited ammo. One has limited ammo.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
4, and one has limited ammo 5. Unless you can find a way to make silver bullets.
Okay, hold on.
Or if we can make things right with Mercury Coat somehow.
Silver guns. One is limited 4.
Limit 4, limited ammo 4, and limited ammo 5.
Limited ammo 4. The other. What kind of damage do they do? Are they like the 5 ones, or are they like the heavy ones?
They are similar to the medium range ones.
Would that be is that 6? I want to say 5 or 6.
I think it's the revolver. Should be 6 and then 4. It also should have a +1 accurate. Because I have 2 of those.
Yes, it's like the revolver. Thank you. Damage 6, crit 4, encumbrance 2. But Doc or Zeb,
Wait, the damage is 6.
Yep. And you got a feeling that these are going to be worth a lot more than just a regular revolver.
Okay, crit 4, and they have accuracy.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think they're going to be all right because they already found their home.
They've been looking for you.
I know. Now I just need to take that dude's trigger finger and find it and attach it to one of them as a little memento.
I actually know a guy that could use one.
Oh, you want one? I don't.
No, I don't date it. It's a joke.
Oh, well, I wasn't going to keep them, hoard them. If you want one, you can have one.
Monroe, it occurs to you that hat worked real well at getting people out of the way. They saw you and moved out of the way and recognized you.
Sure.
Yeah,
So it occurs
off.
to you that you don't know how this will turn out.
Yeah, I think that's probably an afterthought, as like for whatever reason that's not really something that's like he thinks about it and he's like, well, I'm gonna have to deal with that, but at the same time he's trying to help trying to help David, I think what he would probably do is he would take the jacket or maybe even the lab coat off of the downed Mercury Core guy and try and throw it over to help conceal the Wolfman.
Okay. You still got guys. There are some of you that are still crit. There's some guys that are pretty injured in all of this, and David's still pretty injured as well.
Yeah, I think I would probably help David up, or maybe have Russet help David up, and we would try and get to wherever his hideout is.
Okay. And after a few moments, and let's see, you guys, after a little bit of walking and having to duck and hide through what's going on, you finally make it to you make it into a pretty rundown part of Fort Dallas. Actually, it's pretty close to the fort itself. It definitely is the old portion of town, and not old money kind of town. No longer 2 or 3 story buildings all crunched up together. You have single hovels. You have maybe a block of single story buildings all pushed up against each other with an alley running through the middle of them. He brings you into one of those small buildings. Almost feels more like a shed out behind one of the other houses. And he takes you in there, and it's just barely big enough for y'all to all cram into. As soon as that door opens, you see Mikey. And Mikey looks rough. In fact, Mikey, as soon as he sees all of you and he sees that coat, you see Mikey's eyes go gold. And David goes, no, they're here to help. And Mikey calms down. Hurry up and get in here. And he'll shut the door behind you.
Yeah, so Monroe would, after everybody who starts tending to whatever injuries they might have, I think he would probably be sitting there, Mikey next to David, and him kind of on, in a chair on maybe the other wall or something like that. And he was like, Mikey, what are you doing, man?
After everything went down back in Browns Creek and seeing what you guys did to all of them, I just left a note with Mom and I ran. And I found a note in Mom's stuff when I was trying to get some money to hop on the train from Uncle David here, saying he had urgent business here, that he wanted her to come meet him. He's pretty surprised when it turned out to be me to meet him.
What was the business?
Huh. Can't you tell?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Why, David? Why'd you need? Why'd you call your sister?
Tilly doesn't know.
David, how long you been like this?
Not long.
What?
Not long.
What do you mean?
He looks over at the guns that Zeb is holding on to. He spits on the ground. Those bastards. They turned me into this. Man, I was just good on the fields, man. I was good.
Turned you into this? That can't be right.
So, so I was coming back from Nebraska, and stopped off right before crossing the sea, and it was rough. Let me tell you, don't like trains. I don't like them at all. They make me sick. Stopped off, had some drinks. Probably drank too much. When I woke up, I was back on the train with this god-awful pain in the back of my neck. Just thought it was part of a hangover. Went back to work in the fields. Boss just done pissed me off. Swung a punch at him. Tell you it's stupid. I'm sorry I did it. But when the rest of the hands jumped me, I turn into this. What the hell?
It's never happened to you before.
Not before I woke up on that train.
Says, Mikey, are you like this?
And he goes,
I ain't gonna tell your ma.
Well, so when I came here to find Uncle David, I ran into some trouble. I looked for some help, trying to make everything, because I didn't know where to meet Uncle David. He was struggling, and I knew that, and so I figured I'd ask around till I find him. And well, I asked those two men in those coats, those Mercury Corps, for some help, and they said they'd help me. And at this point, I'd already spent all the money that I'd taken from Mama. And they said if I just helped them with something, they'd be happy to help me. So, well, yeah.
You
That's
say
long.
you are now? You
Yeah.
never were before?
No.
And Monroe kind of stands up and he takes his hat off and runs his hands through his hair. And he's like, Doc, how long you been like that?
Well, tell you what, you helped me pull this slug of silver out of my shoulder. I'll tell you a story.
And he kind of looks over to Russet and he's like, help him get it out.
and Russet will give you a blue die to
Another medical check.
spend that time on it. Cool.
That hurt like hell and give me another strain there. That
Yeah, you'll take the strain, but you've got that bullet out now.
Doc just takes a deep breath, and it's been a while, but I wasn't born like this either. That's all I really care to say right now. It wasn't this Mercury core. Hell, I was hoping they could help me get out of this mess.
I think these two can attest that that's not going to be the case.
Well, maybe they won't want to help. That doesn't mean they don't have what we need.
All right, so Mikey, David, what are you guys going to do? They're going to come back for you.
We're going to have to get out of here. We're not going to be able to go to Browns Creek. Not going to be safe for Tilly if we do. Probably going to have to be on the run, Mikey. Because once
you do run a lot faster than you used to, am I right? I'm sorry.
Read the room.
I'm sorry. I'm obviously much more used to our affliction than you are. Give it a couple years. You'll find the humor in it. You'll be howling. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Our affliction? You mean you too, mister?
Well, I wouldn't say I get as ugly as you, but I have been one to transform. It's unfortunate, really. People take you much less seriously when you're a cat person.
Okay. Well, it's good to know that there's people out there not that can know about it and be helpful and be friendly to you.
Well, I don't know about friendly, but I know what you're going through. You should probably keep it a secret. Do your best.
Probably best you keep it a secret. If y'all going to be skipping town, you're going to be writing a letter back home to Tilly, right? Letting them know you're okay.
Yeah, send her some bullets.
Actually, do you think that we could have one of you write the letter?
Oh, I do have some very nice paper. I don't know if you've seen my handwriting yet, but it's to die for. I would gladly. Can Tilly read? Nah, it doesn't matter. She'll enjoy the letter anyways.
We'll draw pictures. Dang. Okay.
Mikey equals Dogman. Woof woof. Yeah, how much would you like to tell your mother about your situation?
None. I prefer you lied to her, sir.
Oh, perfect. It's way easier that way.
Don't. The more that she knows, the more likely that she is to either get hurt or get us hurt.
It's true. And should I tell her you're with your uncle?
No.
All right. Is there anything that your mother would know you by that wouldn't lead perhaps the Mercury Core back to us?
No.
Some sort of pet
Just
name?
write it like you're me. Don't sound too smart.
All right. Should I just use a shaky hand too while I'm at it?
Sure.
All right.
Make a vigilance roll, guys. Against a purple. Clyde? All right. Monroe? There we go. Okay. So it's just strain all around. And you can use that advantage, Doc, to heal that strain. But Monroe, you get you see that David has started eyeing Zeb.
What's on your mind, David?
Sir? And he gets up and goes, Sir, I'm sorry. I hate saying this, but if we met, like, thinking of that time on the train, have you been to Nebraska the past year?
No, not really.
I'll be damned. I swear there's a man that looked just like you on my train.
Did he have a scar along his left cheek?
Well, now that you mention it,
Where'd he get
Yeah.
off?
what?
Where'd he get off?
He got off. I don't know. I got off the train before I ever saw him get off the train. And I got off back in Tulsa.
Are you sure? I need you to really think.
I mean, coming down south from Nebraska through Tulsa, I got off in Tulsa and I hadn't seen him get off the train before me. So maybe he stayed on? I can't right say I know where he's going. I'm sorry. I just remember the face like yours.
I'll look at him for a moment to see if he's telling me the truth.
Okay. So it'll be if you want to make a roll, it's on discipline.
Yep. Okay, now I have a question.
Excuse me. It's vigilance because you think he's deceiving you. So it's vigilance.
Right, I have 1 in vigilance, but I have a 3 willpower.
So 2 green and a yellow.
Okay, 2 green. Okay, see. 2 green and a yellow. Is there any purple?
Yes, he's going to have 1 purple.
1 purple.
Yeah, you can absolutely tell it. He is not being deceitful at all.
Okay. My hand will move away from the silver gun. Is like it just kind of hovered there, just not, just absent-minded. Okay. Then I'll go and look. Said, "Hey, could you help me get this bullet out?"
Bullet out of what?
No, I'm talking to the doc. If he could help me, I got shot. I got shot to heck.
You don't have the bullet in you.
Oh. Okay. Well, would popping a painkiller heal this injury, or is it one of them things that has to? Okay, then I'm going to do that and sit in my own little world, at my own thoughts now.
It only does that extra. It only bothers more if you're a mongrel.
Okay, because I know they critted me, is what I'm saying.
Oh, so that crit is going to take more to heal than just a quick medicine check.
Okay.
To heal the crit, it'll take. Let's see, you can attempt 1 medicine check per week per critical injury. Yeah, so that would have to be somebody helping you.
Right, that's why I was asking the doc if he could help me.
So it says at the end of each full week of rest, the character may attempt a resilience check to recover from 1 critical injury. A character may, and then when it's medical care, check each encounter as there is only so much good based on target's current health. Character may also attempt to help someone recover from critical injury by making medicine check with a difficulty equal to severity rating of critical injury. So that one can actually be made right now without natural rest. In fact, you guys haven't recovered from the strain of that fight yet either, so you can make a discipline or cool check. No purples. Monroe, you and Doc both regain 1 strain. Cool. Zeb, you regain 3 strain.
All right.
And if you want the doc to take a chance to heal you, be my guest. And while your guys are licking your wounds and trying to get better, we're going to wind down, and that be how we pan out on this game of you guys taking care of your business and of each other. Thank you guys for playing. Our next game is on the 21st. Woohoo! Cool. I will see you guys later.
See ya.
Bye, guys.